ओ मेरे भाई।
Hello, everybody. So today, part of our rice series, we are doing what's called a stir-fry rice. Stir-fry rice, depending on which region, whatever I am doing would not be what you might call authentic Chinese. And I want to pick a bone over here. Many people use the word Asian, which I personally find a bit racist. Being an Asian myself from a different part of Asia, Asia is a huge continent. So this is what I will call close to a Chinese version. It would not be exactly how anybody's grandma would cook it. It's just how I cook it. I already have water boiling. You know my trusty measuring cup. Each cup is cup and a half. So I'll take rice. Again, my preference is basmati. Um, for this particular rice dish, you do not need to use basmati. The only reason I use it, I just know how to handle it properly. You can use any other grain, whatever you prefer, or you can handle good. So I'll add rice over here, roughly cup and a half. I'll let it boil, and what I want is it come to a point that it can break. So roughly speaking, 2 rolling boils would be good enough. My thought is, but I'm saying 5 to 7 minutes. As I go off the camera, I've got vegetables sitting over here. I'll chop them. I'll use the peels later to make broth, and I'll show you in another video how to do that. I also have shrimp. They were frozen. They're sitting in water. And use a medley of different vegetables. You can use whatever you wish, whatever you have. Fresh vegetables always make things crunchy. So you can see the rice is boiled already. Just check it. It needs to break. It should not be softer than this. Now, water is still hot. What happens is it will keep on cooking. So run cold water. Take this. And you have to run it through cold water. This is the same thing you would do when you're cooking pasta. Once you're done with the consistency that you like, you run cold water for the pasta or the rice to stop cooking. So all I'm doing is running cold water. I'll let this fill up. So while we were gone, what we did was we chopped some vegetables, mixture medley of many things, mushrooms, bell pepper, broccoli, bok choy, mushrooms I already said, cauliflower. So quite a few things. And then the shrimps, which were sitting in cold water, I've taken the water out. You've done then some garlic, some ginger. I do like my garlic a bit thicker than how people will mostly like. For me, it just gives a better flavor. Then I have, 1 second, it's almost done. Then I have the leaf part of the bok choy, which will use at the very end, a couple of eggs, and onion. We'll start with the wok. One thing you should understand about the wok, and this is very important in this kind of cooking. See my wok, which is dark. When you buy it, it's not. Really what it tells you, what I'm showing is it's seasoned. You start your wok, so you start your heat, and you let the wok get hot. You have to, every time you use your wok, have to season it. What does seasoning mean? We'll add a bit of oil. We'll go everywhere around it, coat the wok. And at that time, take the oil out, and that's how my wok will season. That will be my flavor. In this kind of cooking, in any kind of stir fry, you have to season your wok. So having a wok which is a bit of a flimsy material compared to regular pots and pans is the key. Also trying to do the same thing on let's say, uh, on steel or anything which is non-sticking does not bring the flavor. So the flavor of these dishes is the wok. I can feel the heat. I'll still let it, what I'll start noticing around here, the color will start changing. And can almost smell. Actually, I'm getting there. I've started smelling the metal, uh, getting to the point that you can feel the heat. I can also feel the heat on my hand. Over here, generous amount of oil, and any oil. This is canola, but you can use any oil. So what I'm trying to do is season it. I will eventually get it everywhere. And at that time, I'll stop the heat. I'll take the oil out, and that's where we'll start cooking. I do feel the heat. I'm very happy where we are. I'll let it smoke a little bit. Once I see a bit of smoke, I'll pull the oil out. I'll leave very little bit just in the bottom for a bit of coat. Really, stir fry is not cooked in too much oil. As much as people might think that you see a lot of oil frying, oil is put in the pan to season, but really it's not cooked in that much oil. I will use a bit of sesame oil uh, in the process, just the flavor of it. Just using only sesame oil for my own personal taste, I find it bit overwhelming. So I will use a few drops just to bring some of the flavor out. Okay, now I'm ready. I'll take this oil out. I'll just leave, I don't know if you can tell or not, maybe a spoon or spoon and a half kind of thing. Move this oil away from my chopping block, let it cool down for later. I'll start with onion. My heat is on full, total high. I'll take all this ginger. I've heard people, I follow some people, they believe in not using ginger and garlic at the same time. They think it's it's counterintuitive, but I do like to use both the flavors. So you have ginger, onion. Onion has started changing color. It's almost half a clove of garlic. Depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll put egg now, sometimes later. In this case, since I have a lot of vegetables, I would like to put my vegetables first and I'll come with my egg later because all these vegetables have to cook. So all the vegetables are in. I'm not about to add any spices yet, but I will put a bit of the sesame oil, about half a spoon, I would say. So this has been going for like 2 to 3 minutes now. I've moved it around a couple of times. Uh, check the flavor of one of the vegetables. I can taste garlic, onion, and the ginger, and whatever seasoning we did to the pan. The flavor comes in, and surely the sesame oil. Now I'll add a few things. Uh, Soy sauce. I typically use low sodium. I like. I don't like too much soy sauce in my food. I just do for the umami. For the salt, I'll add a bit of salt myself. There was this seasoning I made. You can see a video, and I can put a link down that I made out of my own kimchi. So what I did was I crushed the kimchi, took the water out or the liquid out, dried it, and it became a powder. So I'll use that. Then I have another homemade, uh, it's a chili kind of a mix. I didn't have a specific Chinese chilies sauce. I do have a chili oil with black bean. I'll just add for a bit of flavor. And then I have some Szechuan sauce. I will just add a little bit, not too much. I'm not trying to overpower anything. So let's start adding things. Last mix. Start with soy sauce. Where did soy sauce go? It's here. Kimchi sauce. Kimchi spice. And the good thing about this, it has a lot of umami. And do watch my video and see. It's very easy to make. You can buy kimchi from the store and just use that to do what I did. It's like really dehydrating the kimchi and crushing it. Bit of salt, less than a spoon. My own homemade chili sauce from chili peppers and tomatoes from my own garden from the last few years. Store-bought chili oil with black bean in it. A straight store-bought chili sauce also works. Szechuan pepper just for just a little bit. So I have used all my spices, so that's good. Okay. So let me do this. Put the shrimp in the bottom so it can quickly cook in the liquid down there. And as the shrimp is cooking, let me add 2 eggs. Like shell on the ground. Off the camera, what I did was I took the water out of the rice. So all the water has been strained from the rice. And as soon as I start seeing it cooking a bit, I'll bring everything together, throw the rice in. And another 2 or 3 minutes after that, and we'll be good to go. So you'll see the egg is making that beautiful sauce now. Let the liquids come down. And at this point, I'll throw the rice in here. Let it sit for some time before start moving around too much, because else the rice will start breaking. There's still some water in the rice. That's fine. My quick cooking point from here is I want to see my rice is warm enough already. It's already cooked. But my cooking indicator from here is I want to see my shrimp cooked. So I want my shrimp to change color. It's translucent right now, so it has to go to that pinkish color. As soon as I start seeing the shrimp getting that color, my food is done. My vegetables are already done. My rice is already done. Spices are in here already. And now I will let it sit just like this for a few minutes. Let's move it together, the stir fry part of it. Trying to mix everything together. And remember, I told you what will tell me it's cooked is my shrimp. So there was some shrimp which was down, that's cooked already. Even after me switching the stove, the wok is hot. So me mixing everything around right now, some of the shrimp which was on top, which was not cooked, is cooking right now. I'll pull some out for some taste test. Or actually, let me let it cook for a minute. We'll switch the camera off, we'll do a little bit of plating, and then we do a taste test. So rice is done, quite a bit. I have a bit of kimchi on the side. Yes, kimchi is Korean, I totally get it. There's nothing to do with the Chinese cooking. But I thought it'll just be something good to complement. The rice, It's very simple. It can have a bit more salt, but eating with the kimchi, it'll work out that way. But yeah, it could have had a bit more salt. Other than that, the flavors are very good, very mild. And this is how I make my stir fried rice. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time again. Thank you so much.